One of the hardest challenges when we're trying to crush OCD is how to build those skills on a daily basis. A lot of times this is a struggle for therapists because they're asking, how do I have my client do things in between therapy sessions? And often they don't do the homework. How do I keep them engaged? This is a struggle for parents. How do I get my kid, teen, or young adult to practice the things that they're learning, to practice their OCD skills on a regular daily basis? And this is a struggle for adults who are like, you know what, I'm so busy and I'm so doing all my own stuff that unless my OCD is really annoying me, I just don't have time to practice those skills. And so I wanted to develop something that you could easily do, or that your child, teen, or young adult can do, or your client, if you're a therapist, can do in a very simple way, but on a daily basis. Because when we lift just a small amount of weight, we build muscles, right? It's the consistency that grows your strength. Same thing with OCD. And so when you're using the OCD card deck, the purpose of this was that you can pull a card from the deck. So you could just shuffle it around, just be like, okay, I'm going to pull a card up. I've got a card and I've got an action card, and I'm going to do what this action card says. There are 4 categories in this card deck. There are action cards, worthy cards, motivation cards, and support cards. I'm going to go over each one and what they do. And I purposely designed it that way so that we're touching on 4 really important areas. The first area is action, right? Those are really like the exposure response prevention skills that you're learning, whether it's in therapy or through a book or a course. That is the tool that we're using. And so action cards will use those evidence-based approaches that I teach in my therapy practice, I teach globally in my online courses, and that I'm bringing to the card deck as well to prompt you to do these exercises. Some are creative exercises, some are kind of traditional, but they're going to get you to use your skills. So that is the action card, and they're pink. They look like this. The next one is your support card. OCD does not live in a bubble. It lives in your house, and it lives with the people in your house. It impacts everybody. Your OCD tries to often hook other people in, and a lot of times OCD will want them to do your compulsions or to do things to complete your OCD loop. And so the support, I don't know if you can see it, the support card is giving you different things to think about or exercises to do that are about involving those loved ones. The worthy card is about your self-esteem and your self-worth, because OCD really hits the self-esteem. It really hits the self-worth, and feeling bad about yourself is a component. Shame and guilt and overwhelm is part of OCD. And so I wanted to include that in my card deck because these are some elements that are not often addressed in therapy. Talking about self-worth, talking about your support system, talking about motivation. We're going to get to that one yet. So the worthy card is going to focus on who you are, what you are doing, and how you view yourself. And the last card is the motivation card, because motivation will wax and wane. We want you to look at what is motivating me, what is not motivating me, and understanding that. So the motivation cards are this color. And so there are 12 of each category. And the idea is that you would just pick one every day. And some are just a thought that you would think about throughout the day. And a lot of them are actions that you would do, something that you would do related to that theme. The cool thing is there is a reflection part at the end. And so this is really a 2-parter with these cards. So ideally you pull a card in the morning or when you start your day and you do the task or exercise that it says during the day. And then at night you come back to the card and you do the reflection. And the reflection is, it's having you look at what you did or what exercise you did or what thought you were thinking about and taking it one step further. So sometimes it will be a challenge. If you did an action card related to exposures, it will be a challenge of, can you do it, tomorrow, or can you do it this way? Sometimes it's just a thought to ponder. I wonder why you thought that way. And I like the 2-parter because you kind of stew on these thoughts each day, and they're very simple, but then you come back to it and you reflect, and that's really where the growth happens. So this deck can be used over and over again. Every exercise, every thought can be brought back up, or if you don't like the action or you don't like the exercise, you can skip it and pull another card. But I think it's a really creative way to prompt you to use some sort of skill or some sort of tool to crush your OCD. I hope you enjoyed the card deck. If you haven't ordered your OCD card deck yet, click the button below and you can order it in my Etsy shop. And by the way, on my Etsy shop, you'll find mental health inspirational t-shirts, sweatshirts, and tote bags to uplift people who are struggling with their mental health. And I hope that you find that helpful as well. Take care.